Welcome back to the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. I'm Richard Tutungi, and today's episode, I want to talk all about marketing made easy, and AKA marketing using your own personality. Is there even such a thing? In today's podcast, I've got Helen Yusovic joining me. Helen was actually a student at Com Marketing at Marketing Ninja, and Helen's had many, many years in this industry. In fact, other industries as well, which I want to kind of tap into that. And I want to talk about this concept of how to actually market from your personality and how you can do the same thing. Welcome to the show, Helen.
Thanks, Richard. What a great introduction. Yes.
So good to have you here. I do have a long bio to read, and I might just actually call out a few different things, but the bio that I'm seeing, Helen, is that you've been in many different industries. I know, including actress, I should say. Mm-hmm. You've worked in car dealerships. Mm-hmm. You have, when I say actress, you've been to America acting as well. You've done a whole bunch of different things trying to find your niche. Yeah. You then moved into personal training and group fitness. You're doing something called Hit This. And then you came into our Com Marketing Ninja program many years ago, yes. Went through the whole program, and now a Com Marketing coach, and you specifically teach in the early stages of the marketing program all around the personality and social media, and using organic social media to crush leads and get your groups moving relatively fast using all organic, no paid techniques. Yeah. And so I do want to talk about that, and really excited for you to be on the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show.
This is so cool. It's so true. So many different industries, and then that led me to health, and then I needed help, and then I found Com Marketing, and you guys really helped me transform my whole business and my whole take on marketing, and then that big shift to coaching, and then becoming a comp coach. It's just been such a fun journey, and yeah, personality has been one of the really critical things that really helped triple my business when I was a Com Ninja student, because I didn't actually understand, that businesses had a personality.
So I remember you came into our program and you had a business called Hit This or something like that. It was Hit This, wasn't it?
Yes.
And it was high intense training, but you were a bit of a warm and fluffy, if I can use that word, and no disrespect to all the people that I guess work from their heart. And I call that heart-centered business operators, heart-centered fitness entrepreneurs. And you were really focusing on NLP at the time. You were focusing on being more holistic at the time, more yoga, more massage, more health, which I believe is where the industry is going, and it already is. And I said, Hit This is kind of not your personality.
Yes.
And then we kind of came up with a new name, which ever since I've seen you move into that name, which is Whole Health, you're kind of working from, I would say, the personality and the heart. Can you take me through, one, how hard is that to change? If you're in a position watching this and you're saying something's not right, I'm not getting leads I want, I'm not getting the marketing, nothing's working, you're hitting your head against the wall. Can you take me through how hard that is to change? And obviously how to actually then go in and use that in marketing?
Yeah, if you do need to make a big change in your business, the first thing that happens is fear. So when you said to me, you don't Hit This, you do massage and you do this, and you just sound like you're doing holistic things. And I was like, I can't change, because you sort of get stuck on your business and you sort of fall in love with your business name and everything your business is about. And the best thing that I had was support from Com. So if you do need to change your business to align with your values better, then I highly recommend that you have some support with you, and just to assess the pros and the cons of being who you are now, and then being who you are when it comes to really aligning with your values. So the process can be scary, definitely, but I trusted you, Richard.
Oh, so good. Thank you for the trust.
And it
Um,
really did transform everything. And when the name came to me, oh, holistic health, whole health, that makes so much sense because I do a broad range of services, especially with NLP and coaching and all of that.
Super cool. And what, once you then switch to whole health, um, what are the early things you did to kind of stamp it in the ground to say, this is who I am? Because there are a lot of people that are, I call it the 7-year itch, or they're trying to change and stay in the industry longevity, but something's not right. What are the 1 or 2, 3 things that you did to kind of push you down this path to make sure one, it was a good way and it was working? What did you have to do in the early days?
Had to discover, like we're talking about now, like who is my business? And I never really understood what that was. But everything from the messaging that I put out, everything from the content that I put out, the value that I'm giving to people, all had to align with my business's personality, which was, one of being fresh, calm, motivating, inspiring, supportive, and all of that stuff. What was the reason that I was posting today? Who am I serving today? And how is that aligning with my values? I was a DJ. So, for example,
DJ, I forgot that one. The DJ, yes.
so my page was like a fruit salad. So the
Mm.
messaging wasn't clear. So it's like, how can I have this holistic page when if you just scroll down a bit further, I'm on some decks doing a DJ mix? It just doesn't make sense. So when I discovered that, this brand that I'm creating, the personality of this brand has to be solely focused on this brand. And if I want to do the DJing stuff and what I get up to on the weekends, that can require a different brand. And try
Yeah.
not to mix the messaging.
Okay, so basically, kind of remove everything that's not on that way. So people get super clear on what you do, and they can make a decision: do they love you or hate you, or not interested? And then you're starting automatically to get the right tribe. Talk about when you got the right tribe, the right people coming in. You were facilitating a lot of your sessions inside a big box gym, and you had your own tribe in there. Talk about, that first switch to getting the clients that you actually enjoyed.
I didn't even understand what an avatar was or what a target market was. So when I'm telling you marketing changed my life, it's because they did. I had no idea what I was doing. So when I understood, okay, I need to give off the vibe that whole health is all about. And when I started doing that and knuckling down, the right people came to me. So the people that I wanted, the people that needed my help, and the people that I was confident that I could help. So what happened then was my clients never left me because I was exactly who they needed, because I provided exactly what they needed, and I was able to call out to them just on my marketing. It was insane. And I still have those clients to today.
So good. Okay, so let's go tactical a little bit, Helen. Let's say you've done all that. You've readjusted the brand. You've readjusted your clients. You run a lot of challenges. And tell me about your challenges, and then tell me the way that you market to get, bums on seat, I call it, paid members or free members. How do you market that to get them into these challenges? What are the challenges first?
So I do a whole bunch of challenges. For example, with just going through the whole COVID thing. So I made sure that I had lots of challenges in place to keep people included and motivated. So the first thing that I do tactical wise is I will announce something to hold myself accountable, whether that's on like a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live. So just jumping up and onto the camera, which I never used to do, by the way. So getting onto the camera was something, again, that I learned, because people need to understand your business, and you are your business. So it's really good to show people who you are.
Yep.
So I love getting on there and announcing something. It holds me accountable. Then I have to complete the challenge. So sometimes, big secret, I don't actually have the challenge completed before I start the challenge.
Wow.
But yes, it makes you complete the challenge. You're so accountable. You've got people that have registered their interest, and that's what I usually do to see who bites. And then I'm like, okay, this is going to be a good one. Let's work it out.
And so are you using Instagram stories for that, Facebook? What are the kind of marketing tools that you use to get people into the challenge?
My favorite is Instagram marketing and Facebook marketing. And I definitely use Instagram posts. I use Instagram stories, Instagram reels, Instagram TV, and also Facebook stories and Facebook groups, as well as the Facebook page. But mainly the group is where I would hold the challenges.
Awesome. And so leading up to that challenge, I mean, how often are you posting in stories? I mean, I see your stories and you've got things glowing from your face and you're using all these cool different apps and things like that. And it's just insane. What are the non-negotiables that you have to do to make it work, to get people connecting with you and saying, hey, yes, I'm interested in the challenge?
Remember, one thing that Richard taught, right, years ago when I was a comm ninja, was to 10x things. And 10xing things means put 10 times as much content out there, do 10 times as many emails, do 10 times as much of anything, really. So what I've been experimenting with recently is overloading the content. And what has happened is, in the last, I think, under a year, it's actually created a lot more followers and a lot more business. I can give you a number. So my Instagram, I think about 6 months ago, was at about 2,400 people.
Yep.
And so I've been 10xing everything, and that's grown to 4,000, just over 4,000 recently.
Wow.
Yeah.
And just by the concept of 10xing, really going hard on that. Using hashtags, Helen, are you a hashtag kind of person?
Yes. So I used to do a lot of hashtags. The algorithm has changed. So I just now put 1 to 5 hashtags. I'm really honing in on the focus of the post. So whatever the post is, the purpose of that post, I hashtag that.
And because you're doing multiples, you can do more. Like, it's almost like you're doing one post, you put, 20, 30 hashtags. Now you're going 10 posts and you're going, 2, 3, 1 hashtag. Is that right?
Yeah, definitely. I saw that, I think it's National Geographic. They post about 8 posts a day.
Yep.
And so when I saw what happens there, I was like, oh, interesting. So sometimes I do 2 a day, sometimes I do 4 a day.
Wow.
So it just
Okay.
depends. Yeah.
And then my next question is, how do you come up with so much content? Is it you to camera? Is it your clients? What are you actually, how do you keep coming up with content, Helen?
So I use anything and everything. So whatever happens, so what we're doing today, Richard, for example, for me will be content. So I might take a screenshot later when we get off and say, hey, I did a podcast. Anything and everything, the breakfast that I eat, why I'm eating what I'm eating, which client I'm serving, everything is content. So you don't actually need to search, but what's important is that the content that I post is in alignment with my brand.
Okay, that's very interesting, because I was about to say, listen, who cares what you're eating for breakfast, Helen? But you're saying there's got to be a reason, and you're kind of explaining that in the content that you do.
Definitely. So I eat according to my brand. So I eat nutritious foods. The reason for this podcast is we're talking about, bettering a business in some way. So that's really important. Business and living your purpose is part of my brand. So that's why this will be content. And also just thinking about, Richard, like what your clients need from you and providing an answer for that. That's really important. So lots of times, let me just share this because this is exciting. People have messaged me and said, was that post for me?
Ooh, that is super interesting. Was that post for me? And what's the answer, Helen? Is that where you're getting inspiration from, or why is it so connecting you for?
Well, sometimes I do actually think of a person and I create content specific for that person. But what I find is that other people also connect to this content because it's so personal. And the minute that people started saying that was just when I became a ninja, actually. And it's something that you said, people will think that you're talking directly to them. And the first time I got that, I was like, yes, I'm on point, finally.
I love that concept. I think everybody should write that one down. So literally write it as you're talking to the person or the client that you may have had a conversation with, a discussion about. Yeah, I really like that, because that's going to resonate. And as you said, it's not going to resonate with just the one. It's most likely going to resonate with more people in that same field.
Yeah, it's so exciting when that happens. And it's what's funny is the person that you wrote it for won't be the person that messages you. It'll be someone else completely. So it really blew my mind to think, oh, wow, I can't believe she connected with that. But now it makes sense.
Very good. This is great. Now, Helen, it's been, I wanted to keep this the express chat, by the way, because marketing's a fast game.
Yeah.
And my kind of final question for you is that there's something with speed and there's something with execution. In our marketing program, we're really focusing around execution and getting things done. You run one of our weekly, we call it Q&A sessions, where you test, our clients jump on there and they ask questions around their thing called a My Method that was one of our processes, and they ask questions about their social media. When people are in their head and they're overthinking social media, and maybe I'm talking to you out there, as Helen's just asked me to do, when you're in your head, you're not going to post because you didn't, like the picture, like the angle, you didn't like the voice on video, you're overthinking it, comparison. What is something? Because you're also an NLP practitioner, and you're deep in that world as well. What's the blockages or the tactics you can tell us just to get things done? Because we know when you get things done, it's different than understand the theory of it.
Yeah, it's all comes down to self-belief and just remembering, because you've forgotten for some reason. You need to remember that you are enough, and you are enough for your business. You are the face of your business, and people come to see you. And for some reason, we tend to forget things when we start to live in a mindset that is overthinking, that starts to be full of fear. And the minute you get into that mindset, you box yourself in. The minute you can just poke your head out and say, actually, you know what? I am helping people. I am serving people. I am on my mission. This is exactly what I'm meant to do. You will then get out of that fear-based mindset. The overthinking, the comparison, and the overwhelm start to dissipate. And then you move into something called a growth mindset, which means that is the mindset where you can create anything, and in your head, anything is possible. So the minute that you do start to get boxed in, just remind yourself that you've forgotten who you are and who your business is serving at that moment, and that you are enough. And you know what I found, Richard? I used to think that like my nose was big, or that, I didn't sound good on camera. And then I realized that people aren't looking at you that closely. What they're listening for is, how are you going to help them? And what value do you provide to their life? So get out of your own way. You're not that special, as Tony Robbins used to say.
Love it. So get out of your own way. What value are you going to provide to their life? You're not that special. I like that. It really will definitely get me posting more. Yeah. And if that's the goal, which we need to grow our fitness business, which I believe that, especially in this industry, we need to motivate and direct people and inspire them to take that action. And it's a great platform to do that. Helen, this has been super interesting, and I'm going to take a bite size now, and I'm going to invite you on a bit later too, because I know there's a few different layers of Helen, and there's a few different concepts we can go through. Especially, I really want to explore the personality more and start to talk about some new concepts as well. We touched on Instagram today, but start to go into other ways on face-to-face and other options that you can do. I know that you're amazing at as well.
Yeah, I can't wait. It'll be really good. And I expect to see more farm life content from you too, Richard.
Yes. Okay. The farm life content. Yes. Helen has pulled me up on that a few times. She likes my new, you like my new tractor. Well, my water tanks are full now, Helen.
What
So
what I love.
I can take a bit of photos of that. And yeah, the farm life. It's interesting you say that. And people, and for those who are listening, I have moved to Sunshine Coast, and I've got a bit of land up here, and Helen does like my lawnmower kind of pictures and things like that. And that's what people want on social media. Isn't that right, Helen?
Yeah, because it makes us see you in a different light and that you are a real 3D human. So it makes us feel like we can relate to you even more.
So good. That's Coach Helen giving me some advice, which I love, by the way. This is Helen, marketing coach and NLP practitioner and all around great coach. You're going to be hearing more on Helen. She's one of our marketing coaches. I'm going to be taking some more pictures of farm life and lawnmowers and tractors. And definitely, I'll definitely put some hashtags in there. Keep them just 1 to 2 at a time and keep them really down the line. And that's one of the things that I love about marketing. We have different coaches that specialize in different things. And I think that's important to know, that a lot of the time I'll do strategy and then we'll have different coaches depending if, you want to go deep on brand or deep on Instagram or paid ads and so forth, is that we want to make sure that collectively we've got the right team for you. Team, if you have liked this episode, the best thing to do to take action and to help others out, because we are in a society that we do want to grow and bring those people around us. If you have a fitness colleague or fitness professional or business owner, they'll get a lot of use out of this. Literally just copy and paste the URL of this, go to the platform you're on and just send a text message or share it and say, you should listen to this. That's the best way to give back and to serve. Thank you so much, Helen, for today's episode.
Thanks, Richard. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, guys. That's another episode of the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. I'm Richard Taturngee and look forward to hearing from your Instagram and your social media account. I'll speak to you next time. Bye for now.